Chap, Chap. What's up? Chipper Chap, Chipper Chap. This is Chipper Chap, Chipper Chap. What's up? Chipper Chap, this is Chipper Chap, Chipper Chap. What's up? Chipper Chap, this is Chipper Chap, Chipper Chap. What's up? Chipper Chap, this is Chipper Chap, Chipper Chap. What's up? Chipper Chap, this is Chipper Chap, Chipper Chap.
This is Chipper Chap Chat. I am FooRay.
And I'm Chamba.
And we are gonna talk about stuff now.
Yep. We are. It's episode 146.
146 of the Chipper Chap Chat podcast. Let's do it.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been well. Today was a good day. I streamed for like a lot of hours.
That's good. You're on a stream, I guess, cycle, right? You're doing a handful of streams daily now?
No.
No? I thought you had been.
No. I feel like I've done a handful of streams bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly is pretty good.
Yeah, I think I streamed once today and then like once a couple days ago.
So do you think you have like a schedule now?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
Do you think you can make a schedule now?
Oh, man. I probably could.
Do you think you'll stick to it if you make one?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay. That's probably not best.
Not at all. I mean, it's not that it's better to not try because I will inevitably fail.
Why do you say that? Have you tried to like actually stick to it though?
How's your sleep schedule?
Oh, it's garbage right now.
Have you tried to stick to a schedule ever?
Oh yeah, I can stick to it when I had to. Like when I was working on random views, I was on a strict schedule then. For those few months.
When you were working on random views, you had a shit horrible sleep schedule because you would just stay working. You're like,
actually, no. I would sleep and then I'd wake up early.
I was like, bro.
No, it was before. It was before I would have to go to travel. Like it was in the later, nearing the end. That's when I was like, nah, I have to adjust it because I'm going to be traveling overseas.
I don't know, man. I think you're a little bit addicted to workahol.
Right now, I haven't been doing shit for the past week, so
well,
there goes your addiction,
you got
bitch.
you got the book done, so you're like, oh, man,
I still got to work on thing. I got to work on the bonus. I got to work on that bonus. Yep.
Hey, get that bonus out, cuz.
Yeah, I got to work on that. I want to start because it's like Easter weekend this weekend. I was like, I want to start next week.
Easter weekend. What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Zero
right now.
things?
Right now, I'm kind of formulating what format.
No kumbayas with the family.
Nah.
No watching zombie movies with the homies. That used to be my Easter tradition.
Really?
Yeah, because it's when Jesus came back as a zombie. It's the Walking Dead.
So you're gonna watch like zombie Jesus movies?
I mean, it don't have to be Jesus movies. I just watch zombie movies because it's the day of resurrection. I guess that makes sense.
While you eat Easter eggs,
Resurrection of the dead. While
you eat like Easter eggs, you watch some zombie flicks.
Yeah, but we do like deviled eggs, but we try to make like it look like zombie. It looks like human heads, and you're eating the brains out of them. You know,
that's so much effort.
Oh, but it's the perfect amount of effort because deviled eggs are delightful.
They are very yum. I haven't had one in a while.
Oh man, have you ever just put a deviled egg over your nip like a pasty and then eaten it off?
No, that's not. That's. I guess it's. No, I have not. Based on the way you described it, I know. Based on the way you described it, it's like that's the only way you've eaten deviled eggs. I've made 7 deviled eggs. I'm just gonna place them on my nipple, and then I want to eat off of it.
Hey man, don't judge it.
Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, that's a lot. Again, a lot of effort.
It is, but perfect amount of effort because nipples add just the right hint of flavor to a deviled egg.
you mean deviled egg adds the right amount of flavor to a nipple?
No, I think it makes the nipple worse somehow, but it makes the deviled egg better.
Deviled nipples.
Yeah, deviled nipples are not good.
Okay.
You don't want those. But the eggs with a little bit of just a hint of nipple flavor in it,
I don't even know it.
way
Like,
better.
that's
What has
not.
this conversation devolved into?
Let's begin some of the notes. What a way
That's
to
all before
start.
we've talked about anything.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's great. All right, couple of things as news
We're
wise.
going to comic book news things.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. Which
Okay.
it's movies, and we got movie stuff, and we've got some shows, and we'll have a film discussion in the end.
Okay. We're just going to full on spoil that because
Yeah,
It's fine?
It's fine because this is just an episode specific.
yeah. Okay.
First up, what was it? Star Wars Celebration was last weekend,
Yep.
and they revealed the name in the trailer. So the name of the film is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
What are your thoughts on the name?
That's my Palpatine. It wasn't good. I also
was-
don't remember what he sounds like.
That's probably close enough.
But I feel like it was evil enough, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's a confusing name.
Yeah.
But I think it's purposely confusing.
Yeah.
But here's what I think it is about. This is also without any Star Wars knowledge.
Sure.
This is just based off of what they've given us so far
From the trailer.
from the other two movies.
Oh, okay. Okay. We won't talk. Yeah. Okay.
Because they kept talking about in the last one, oh, fucking, it's time for the fucking Jedi to go, man.
Yeah.
Jedis are out of here. Fucking Siths are
We're
bullshit.
no longer the
fucking
Jedi's.
Darth
Yeah,
Vader's
screw
dead.
the Jedi name. It's no longer about Jedi's. Do you think they're renaming Jedi to Skywalkers?
I think Skywalker is the new religion because they set up all that shit about how like Skywalker was
yeah.
creating a legend by killing himself with a
yeah.
hologram.
Yeah. Okay.
And I wonder if Rise of Skywalker is like basically saying like Return of the Jedi, but Skywalker
Right.
is the new
Is the
faction,
new-
and
is the
she
new
will train
faction.
a
The
new faction of
Skywalkers.
Skywalkers. will be.
Cool. All right. Then
And
what's
so
with
it'll
the
be like Skywalkers versus the Knights of Ren
Rens.
in the end?
the Knights of Ren is now
Yeah.
a sect. Cool. Okay. Whatever.
That's what. Just again, this is me making shit up
Hey,
based
man.
on absolutely nothing.
This shit-
except for what they
this
said
shit-
in the movie.
It sounds understandable. I get it.
Because I think the initial reaction is going, oh, they mean Rey because she's a fucking Skywalker. They're going to change it up because last time they were lying.
Mhm.
And I'm like, maybe they weren't lying. I think they set up the whole
She's not a
point was that
Skywalker.
she didn't
Yeah, maybe
have
it's
to
a
be
religion.
anybody.
Exactly.
But, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Maybe she's a fucking Kenobi the whole time.
Or maybe she's
did-
just a fucking nobody.
Well, because whatchamacallit, another friend I was talking to, he thinks
I'd rather she a Kenobi.
that she is going to be a Skywalker and that her and Kylo are brother and sister, and he
I
was
hate
lying
that.
to her. And he says because he thinks that they're brother and sister, and he was lying because he says that that the movies always cycle back on each other, and
Yeah.
he's saying that reveal to her is the same as the Darth Vader "I was your dad the whole time"
Sure.
reveal.
So,
So that he can go like, look, both of your parents are now dead, and you didn't even know they were your parents until after they were
yeah,
dead.
and they left you. They didn't even want
they
you.
left you there. Fucking fuck you.
But see, I hate that.
I do hate it a little bit too.
Like, I hate-
That's why I like the Skywalker as a religion.
I think that sounds actually cool. Like, have that be the new religion, if not, like, whatever. If she was an actual Skywalker, that would mean your parents are garbage.
Yeah, her parents were garbage.
And you don't want, like, that's...
We don't want to say that Han Solo and Princess Leia are garbage people.
Right. I think it's, like, if...
Plus, they're like
people thought-
1,000 old.
Right. If people thought that, it's like... They thought the... what was it, the last one? The Last Jedi, right?
Yeah.
How that one
last-
tarnished the name of
Jedi.
it tarnished Luke Skywalker by saying that they're the parents. Wouldn't it tarnish them also?
Yes.
I don't care what reason they'd have to leave her behind. That's garbage.
Well, she was the stinkiest baby.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you, baby. What do you think of the trailer though?
I thought the her doing an anime backflip to cut
Yeah,
the
I was
spaceship in
like,
half
oh, that's so
funny.
anime. When I saw it, I was like, that's so anime.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think that they were implying that maybe that's Kylo flying at her because they like just showing the hands or whatever
Sure.
seemed purposeful.
Yeah.
And like some people were like, that's him training her because they're like gonna team up at the end, and that's why it looks like maybe Kylo Ren is fighting the Knights of Ren in one of those scenes, the one where he does like a rock bottom on a
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, oh, rock bottom tight. He's doing some wrestling moves.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. That one was also confusing to me. I feel like that scene where he pushes the guy down with his hilt of his sword.
Yeah.
He should have just cut that motherfucker in half.
Yeah, I don't think
things
they were
cut
fighting.
through
I
metal
think he was
walls
like
butter.
that was probably like him having an argument, or like putting
Right.
that guy in his place.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Trailer looked interesting. I like some of the music that they played. Like hearing Leia's theme was nice.
Yeah, I mean that is great. That's great, and for people to tell me that's what's happening is great. I don't know their themes enough
Okay,
for me to automatically be, oh fuck, oh they played the fucking
Right.
princess.
I only know her
Oh,
theme
man.
because I made a quick remix like a year or two back.
Yeah, I don't know.
For-
I don't
for,
know.
a live-
The best song and best character to me happened in episode 1, and everybody hates those movies. It's Darth Maul. Should have been like the main villain of all three.
I mean,
of
he
those
might be
fucking
back.
prequel
Yeah, he should have
movies.
been. He really
He
should have
been the Darth Vader of it, and then they could have just killed him off at the end of that
Yep.
trilogy, and then it wouldn't have. Then it would have been fine. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have to do robot legs or any of that
Exactly.
shit.
It wouldn't have
And
mattered
Duel
because
of
he was already
Fates
thing. Yeah.
is the best Star Wars song. It's the
that's a
best
good one.
one.
That's a
You
good
can be
one.
like, oh, but what about no? Fuck Vader's song. Fuck all
Vader's
the
song
other
is good. The
songs.
Imperial March
Duel
is
of
good.
Fates
Duel
is
of
the
Fates
best
is
Star
tight.
Wars song. There's no more epic. It's the most epic Star Wars
Yeah, it's
song
a
there
good
is.
one.
When that shit starts popping off and all the choir comes in, and oh come on, that's the best one.
Did you also see the trailer for the game?
I did. Joker is the main character.
I know.
It's confusing.
It's confusing, but I was like, oh, good for him. He gets to play a protagonist now.
Yeah, good for him, I guess.
Yeah. The trailer
I don't
looked
know
cool.
if I mean, the trailer looks fine. That's definitely not what the fuck that game is going to look like.
Of course not. Of course
That
not.
was just a CGI
Yeah.
rendering.
Could you
of the
imagine
kind of
if it
stuff
looked
they
like
wanna
that?
Do, which is neat.
Could you imagine if it looked like that?
It'd be cool, but
it'd be neat.
what other game looks like that?
Yeah, nothing.
Zero to one of them.
Nope.
Like the closest shit you have, and it's not even those angles and shit. Is like games like God of War and stuff
Right,
like that. And apparently they want to do a third person action game, but it's the people who did Apex Legends and fucking Titanfall.
Okay.
And those games are cool, and those games are fast paced and fun, but they're not third person action games.
Yeah, they're not.
So I really don't know.
Would you prefer it if it were a third person action game?
Say what?
Would you prefer it if it were a third person action game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's my preferred.
I'm kind of like with these games that have really cool designs and whatnot. It's just kind of annoying to not be able to see what your own character looks like.
Right.
Like,
that's why I prefer third person.
Yeah, I'm like, your character looks so cool. Like, who cares if you're decking yourself out with all this wicked armor? You can't even see it.
Right.
I want to be able to, like, sure, we don't have that vision in real life. We don't see from behind us, but it's a game.
If you could switch to a third person mode, would you do it in life?
Oh, that'd be bizarre.
If you could wear contact lenses that did like a AR kind of thing where you can see like you have a VR goggles on but they're contacts.
Would they have that option to like go back and forth?
And it just has and it's just like a drone that's
I'd like to see what it looks like, yeah.
So that you can watch yourself from that view.
I'd look at it on occasion.
I feel
just
like
when
that
I'm
shit
traveling.
would be so disorienting.
Oh, fuck yes.
To look like it's a video game but feel it under your feet.
Yeah.
Would be so fucking
Oh yeah.
weird.
Like it would take a bit to actually get accustomed to.
I feel like I would for sure trip and shit.
Oh,
too, 'cause
absolutely. I'd start smacking into walls. I'd start smacking into walls. Like I wouldn't be able to grab things. I'd be like, oh, that's right. Oh, okay. I'd be like grabbing air for a lot of the things, you know. But I think it'd be like for a video game though. I want to be able to see that.
Yeah.
And I think it's unfortunate. But the game looks pretty cool. I mean, like force using and whatnot, that helmet thing. They got like cool designs. I think Star Wars can have really neat designs.
I've heard them say something about how it's going to have like an innovative lightsaber combat thing.
Sure, that could be good.
I want to know what that innovation is going to be.
Right.
If they're going to try and do something really interesting, because there was an old Obi-Wan game on the old 360 where they had a thing where you controlled the lightsaber with the thumbstick. So like if you moved the thumbstick up to the right, he put the lightsaber up to the right.
That's tight.
It was cool. It was a cool element because you felt like you were doing sword fighting.
Sure, absolutely.
With your fucking thumb.
Yeah.
So it made like there was like a versus mode where you could be like Mace Windu versus Obi-Wan and shit.
Cool, that sounds good. I think that works.
It was hella fun, but I don't know if they would do something like that again because people clowned on it at the time, but I fucking loved it.
Oh.
People they love to hate on new stuff, man.
But that's the way. That's the way of the world.
It's a circle of life.
So, Star Wars weekend, that was done. Those are the two things that came out of it. Good for the fans.
Mandalorian as well.
Oh, Mandalorian, right? The photos, which looked pretty neat.
Well.
Oh, was there a trailer? I didn't see the trailer.
Oh, you didn't see the trailer?
They released it? I thought they didn't release a trailer.
Trailer seeing kind of guy you are.
I thought they didn't release a trailer.
No, they did.
They did? I only saw the photos.
Nope, the trailer.
I'll peep the trailer later, but the photos are cool.
It's like a half trailer, half like behind the scenes thing where they talk to like Pedro Pascal.
Okay, cool.
They show like footage and stuff. It looks good.
I'm actually more interested in that one than I am in.
It's got Favreau directing episodes. It's got Taika Waititi directing episodes.
That's fucking good, man.
So I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
I'm getting that Disney Plus shit. That's already
I don't think that's going to be available in Australia, but I think Stan's going to get it. So, Stan is a streaming service.
I thought you were talking about a friend. I was like, how's that?
Nah, I don't know anybody named Stan.
But yeah, I'm definitely getting it. It's cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
It's like $7, right? $6.99,
it's like $6.99
like
or some shit. And I'm like, yeah, fucker.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to get that.
Of course.
I want to see all the Avengers shows.
Oh, absolutely.
Jeff Goldblum is getting a fucking show on this thing.
Really? As what?
Yeah. It's like How It's Made. Do you know the show How It's Made?
Yeah.
It's like that, but if it was narrated and interpreted by the mind of Jeff Goldblum.
That's cool. That's random.
So because it's not like him in character. It's him going like, oh man, I've always wanted to know how these pillowcases are done. I'm gonna go talk about these pillowcases for a half hour. But like Jeff Goldblum would.
So it's unscripted.
Say what?
It's unscripted. It's basically him just talking about it freestyling.
I don't know if it's him talking about it freestyle. I'm sure it will have some sort of element to it. But
it's him.
Know, if it's
him speaking.
They're pitching it as through the mind of Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
so
man.
They're adding some Goldblumisms to it.
Good. I'll watch it. I'll watch that.
Yeah,
he can narrate. He can narrate whatever.
Looking forward to it.
He can narrate whatever. I'll be like, sure, do it, bro.
It'll be fantastic. I'm into it.
Disney Plus, man.
What else? They got the WandaVision was announced.
WandaVision. They've got Falcon Winter
and
Soldier.
Bucky, but WandaVision is the name of the show, which is bizarre.
I think it's interesting. WandaVision.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But it's weird to me that she's never been referred to as the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
Do you think that they would bring her back into the MCU proper
when X-Men
comes in? Like they'll be like,
Maybe.
oh, but now she's a mutant, so she can hang out.
I don't know. We'll find out eventually.
Oh, man. Next week we're going to find out.
There's a lot. That's a lot.
We're going to find out a lot next week.
We'll talk about that
next
episode.
Movie is going to be so...
We'll talk about the MCU thing next episode.
Bonkers, Jeffrey. It's going to be so bonkers.
But that Disney Plus is going to be pretty wild.
Pretty crazy, dude. They announced Hawkeye's getting a series on that as well.
Yep.
Where he's like passing the torch or something.
There was a rumor where it was a Hulk in She-Hulk. Did you hear about that one?
I didn't hear a She-Hulk rumor.
Oh, it was a Hulk in She-Hulk. But it's primarily about She-Hulk. And Hulk's going to be a feature.
If he legacies out, She-Hulk would be cool.
Dude would be
They have
awesome.
to cast that chick from Instagram, though. One of the super yoked up girl.
Can she act?
I don't know, but they can pay somebody to make her act because they need to find somebody.
They can pay somebody to
up.
train. How about if they just CG'd her?
It's weird because
like they mocap the body.
So it's kind of my same problem with like the chick who played Mary turning into her alter ego.
The older lady.
Yeah. There wasn't enough of a transition for that transition to make sense.
There was actually, I was reading a few things, and a lot of the scenes, there was a lot of cut scenes where it showed the older Mary Marvel, and it showed more of her personality and such. But
which is fine, but
yeah,
I mean, visually...
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
The girl
cut
playing
scenes,
Mary was already old enough to be Mary Marvel in the costume form.
Right.
So there wasn't enough of a... Like, I'm saying...
She actually is much
if you do
different.
a She-Hulk show...
Yeah, she's actually much different.
Why would you do a CG character?
I don't know. Well, with She-Hulk...
Some people depict her as humongouloid, but usually she's not.
But usually she is bigger than what her original state was. She's not just turning green.
Well, usually Jennifer Walters doesn't turn back. She's just
that's
She-Hulk.
True. Shit. That's true. So once she's just regular, once she's She-Hulk, she's just She-Hulk.
I mean, that's usually how it works. If they go CGI character, then they're not going to do that.
Yeah, unless it's just.
But if they pick a girl who happens to be big and all that,
they should just pick a big. I mean, like they could just like heck, Gamora is green all the time.
She is, but she's only has to be green for an hour, not 12 hours.
That's true, but it's also about filming. And who says an hour compared? You know what I mean? Like filming a film, mind you, is not probably as bad as filming a series.
It's not as many hours is really what it is.
Well, I mean, also she's got clothes on, so you only paint the parts that are shown. I mean,
She-Hulk barely does.
Right, but then again, they might just put her in a like suit and stuff sometimes. You know,
I don't know, man. If they do a She-Hulk, I really want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd be curious.
Finding that balance that people typically go for with She-Hulk, where she's yoked up, but she still has to be attractive. She doesn't look like China.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure, yeah.
Finding that balance is tough, especially when the word Hulk is in it. I had to draw a She-Hulk earlier.
Oh, that's fun. I think She-Hulk is fun to draw.
We did a jam thing where it was like random words. Mm-hmm. And it was Hulk, boobs, baby, and beard. So I think I just drew a sort of...
Baby with a beard? Well, She-Hulk's holding it?
She-Hulk, but she was holding a baby that had a beard.
Cool. You need to show me that.
Yeah, I'll have to show you. But we did it on one of those programs. I think it's called Draw Pile. One of the ones where you all share the same canvas.
That's cool.
So it doesn't look as good as it would have if I drew it.
It doesn't matter.
Probably anything else.
Something.
But yeah, anyway, if they do that, I want to see it. I like the character She-Hulk a lot. Yeah.
And finally we can see She-Hulk.
It would be a good replacement for something like Daredevil could have been.
I wonder, right? Like with these Disney Plus shows, when they introduce characters into the Disney Plus shows, which are definitely directly linked to the films, will they go from the shows to the films also?
Yes. Feige said that they're going to introduce characters
in the
shows that will transition because that was something they couldn't do as much with shows like Shield.
Cool. I'm done. I'm down. I'm down with it then. This is just give me this. Give me all of it now.
Yeah.
Give me all of it now. Things not related but kind of related, I guess. 2 cancellations. The Gifted, the television show from Fox, has been canceled.
Oh no! No more Adventures of Blink and Warpath and whoever else they randomly put on there.
Unfortunate. And Mouse Guard.
That one bums me out.
Yeah, that one could have been really good.
Yeah, I was like, if they did like a super sick looking version of Mouse Guard where they're fighting crabs and shit, like it's Lord of the Rings but little CGI mice.
Right.
I am so into that. I'm so into it.
Why can't we just get that?
I don't know, man. We were supposed to. I don't know why I got canceled.
Unfortunate.
Did you look into the details on that one,
No.
or just that it was?
I think it was just about to start, but then they were like, no, it had to be canceled. I don't know why.
Weird.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was.
And John Cena is going to be most likely going to be in Suicide Squad 2.
And you said as a character called Pathfinder?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yes.
And what's their deal?
They're an old Charlton hero,
Old Charlton hero.
but they've been updated a few times, so I'm not sure which version he's going to depict. But seeing as James Gunn's going to be doing it, we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, I feel like the James Gunn-ness of it, I think, is like the best
Possible thing for this.
possible thing
Yes.
for that movie.
Yep, I agree.
That's the only way that movie comes out in any kind of fashion where I'm gonna.
Where I want to actually be curious. Like, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm down. I'm going to watch it. Like, the first one was whatever, but this is, it's different. It's different now. It's different.
Like I'm eagerly awaiting the first trailer for whatever that is.
Yes, I am now too. Like, it's completely changed. Like, if they said it was going to be David Ayer still doing it, I'd be like, oh, I don't know.
Like, I wonder how much different it's going to be visually, because
Right.
he's not gonna be beholden to what David Ayer did.
Unless he
I can't
maintains
imagine he is going to be.
the look, but still just does his like James Gunn thing.
The whole shit was that he was supposed to be like soft rebooting.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
maybe they
supposed to
will
be.
stick
It was
to
supposed to be.
Maybe
I don't
they'll
know.
stick to,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the marketing made that
Sure.
movie look like it was
Sure.
going to be,
Right.
because they were trying to ape Guardians so hard anyway.
Right, which is so weird. It's like, we're trying to ape it so hard. Let's just get the guy who did it.
Well, yeah, this is not new. Look what
Nah.
they did with Justice League. They were like, well, we want them to be the Avengers, and Zack Snyder's not giving us the Avengers.
No,
Get the guy who did the Avengers.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That's what they do, though, man.
Weird. That's so weird.
Because it's somebody up at the top that's like, that's going to somebody like, why isn't this working?
Yeah, why doesn't it look like the thing we wanted it to look like?
Yeah, make it the Avengers. They're making all the money.
Make it look like Guardians. No one knew what the Guardians was before they came out. Now it's one of the biggest things. Let's do the same with Suicide Squad. Why can't your Suicide Squad look like Guardians? I don't know.
It's like,
Get the
Marvel
guy who
sold
did
you
it.
a tree monster and a raccoon.
Yes, and
We're
people
giving them a
love
crocodile
them.
man and Harley Quinn. How do we lose?
Yeah, how do we lose? Oh, yeah, that's how you lose.
You lose by giving them weird 1940s Joker and Common
Which,
as
honestly,
nobody.
I think the 1940s style Joker could have worked if written better.
I think the 1940 style Joker could have worked if they made him look like an old pinstripe
dude.
gangster.
They should have
instead
just
of doing
kept him
Die
like that,
Antwoord
yeah.
with it was just a whole lot of weird ass choices.
Because there was,
were
yeah,
made.
that whole film was a load of weird choices.
I feel like Jared Leto made up his mind on what that Joker and shit sounded like before he knew what it looked like.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like,
And he was like, I'm sticking to it.
yeah, and that's why it kind of sucks, because it's like, I think once he was, like, I'm sure when they told him, it's like, you're going to be Joker, it's like, oh, sweet, I've already got what I want to do, and they're like, no, but you have to look like this, like, okay.
Remember how hyped people were from the trailers? People loved his laugh. They were like, this is going to be the most demented, sick,
That's what I
sadistic
feel.
Joker.
I feel like with better writing, that Joker could still work.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that Joker could still easily work if written better.
It needed better directing, too.
That's what, yeah, better writing and directing,
because
for
somebody
sure.
had to be able to rein
Rein him
Leto
in.
and be like, okay, that was great. You did your 1,000 takes as a weirdo. Okay, now do it this way. Make it scary
Make it scary.
instead of just weird.
Yeah, I think it could work. Like, I know people like have written him off completely, and I'm like, I
not
want, I
coming
don't
back.
want
He's
to.
fucking
I
Morbius
know,
now,
but
man.
it sucks because I'm like, oh, cool. I guess
Fucking
now we have this
Morbius now.
disconnected Joker.
We getting a new Joker. It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, which will he even return again?
Even if he doesn't, it's a one and done new Joker. So
That's
we're
cool. I guess
satiated
we'll have
on
a
Joker
Batman with
movies.
no Joker.
I mean, it might have the young Batman in it.
A fucking little kid. Cool.
Maybe they do a fast forward at the end and we get to see
Whatever.
him
We'll
grown
see.
up, like
Fighting
gently
an
crying
old
over the
fucking
Joker's
man
grave, like,
Joker.
you created me, and now I am a man who dresses as a bat,
As
and
a
I live in
bat.
a cave in the mountains.
Fucking. All right. New trailer. Child's Play.
Oh yeah, that movie.
That looks interesting.
Yeah, I
The
don't
face
know,
is
man. I don't know
creepy.
on this one.
You're not gonna watch it? No, you're not a horror
I don't
guy.
know. I've got it. Like everybody else, got to be way into it for me to go see that
Right,
one.
right. Well, I mean, you are in a household where they are like At least
They
two
are
of
in
them.
a horror, but
Yeah.
like-
Were they interested?
Bridget is like very opposed to it.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, she does, because she's just like, there's no other Chucky. Why would you?
No,
different Chucky?
I'm somewhat there. It's like it's a different Chucky. I don't see.
And she doesn't like the AI part of it. She's like, get
It's-
out of here with the tech-based thing.
You like the whole voodoo shit more, right?
I don't know that I like it more. I think you could just like legitimately just be like, this doll is possessed by the devil. They do it in a
Yeah,
thousand other
I know,
things.
that's true.
Annabelle's possessed by a demon or something.
Some
Just
soul
do
or
that.
some shit. Yeah, I
It
don't know
doesn't
why.
it doesn't have to be Ultron. But we don't know what's
That's
gonna
true.
happen.
That's
We don't
true.
know what.
We don't know if it's
causes the
just
one
Ultron.
Chucky to be
Right.
messed up.
Because it could be like a spirit getting into the AI, like Lawnmower Man style.
My issue, don't like the fucking face of this thing at all.
Was that the point though? Like the weird thing about that is, if it's a toy for children, why is the face so terrifying already?
See, with the old Chucky,
He looked
had,
like a great
two
toy.
modes.
Yes.
He had like blank face, like I'm just a doll mode, and he had like the when Chucky could animate his face and he
Right.
was gonna kill
Yeah.
you kind of face.
But like
And it
his
was
generic
very
face
different.
was very much like a toy.
Right. I feel like this one is the face is too stylized
Yeah.
to where he looks scary regardless. If
Yeah,
that
that's
thing looks
exactly
like
it.
that when
Uh-huh.
you pull it out of the box, I'd never play with that shit.
That's
in
what
my
I was gonna
life.
say. Like as a toy, he doesn't really look child friendly.
No, he doesn't look like a My
No.
Buddy doll. He
Nope.
looks like he's a Chucky doll who will
Yes.
kill you.
Whereas the other one, he was a
Right.
fully My Buddy toy until he animated his face because the dude was there. Yep.
And it made him more scary that
Yes.
sometimes he did look like just an innocent regular
exactly, by
doll.
holding a knife.
Yeah, but this one, I don't know. Maybe he'll have a different face.
Maybe,
at some
maybe.
point.
Yeah, yeah.
But the
Maybe
face
the one
that
that we
they
did show,
showed,
yeah.
he's like grinning and his eyes are red or whatever, and I'm like, bruh, he's legitimately Tiny Ultron.
He sounded cool.
how
I mean,
to
it's it's Mark Hamill.
Right, and I didn't dislike what
No.
he did with it. It definitely like sounds like Chucky still in a way.
Yes. Like what you'd imagine
like-
Chucky to be.
Yeah, it didn't sound like him just doing the Joker.
No, which is good. Which is what we were kind of saying before. It's like,
Right.
is he just gonna laugh like the Joker?
Right. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
It had like Monster
you-
Squad elements in it.
Yeah, you were saying that it had like a Monster Squad
Yeah,
vibe.
with the
I don't
little
know
kids,
that I
like-
picked that up from the trailer.
It was
but-
like the little kids, like, come on, let's go take him. And they were like, being all. But I guess
Right, 'cause-
that's kind of
'cause
the thing
parents
right
aren't
now.
listening to him as he's trying to tell them that the doll is a murderer.
It's from the producers of what It, so I
It,
guess
yeah.
that is kind of the vibe that's going with it too.
Yeah, man, it could be good. I just don't know how I feel about Chucky having like
AI.
powers
Ultron.
over
Yeah.
over stuff.
I think that was my main issue with it. Also, I'm like, Chucky was all about just him.
Right, it made him way scarier
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me that he was murdering all these people as the doll.
As a doll, yeah.
Not just like, oh, I could make your lawnmower run you
Or I'm
over
gonna
or
control
whatever.
the electronics in your car.
Right.
I'm like, that's what you said when you said Ultron. I was like, yeah, it's Ultron. He basically became in possession of anything that's attached to the internet.
Right.
That's almost too much power. Whereas Chucky,
Yeah.
it was just a doll jumping on your face, tearing it off with a knife.
right.
That's legit.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's legit
And
terrifying.
and they showed him knifing people. A
yeah,
couple
they
times in
did.
the
But I'm
trailer.
like, what's the point of that if you can basically just turn on the automatic lawnmower and get him to like kill you?
yeah, I wonder how much of that is like third act. He's going
right.
bananas
When he
or
when
what?
he becomes
I don't
full
know.
Ultron?
We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
And we both saw Hellboy.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you got to see it with the homies
Yes.
in Dubai.
In Dubai.
What did before you say what you thought of it? What did they think of it?
Oh, okay. Because all right, prior to watching it, we had heard what people had thought about it. So we've got a couple of mates over in Dubai who had seen it because they premiered it there in actual MEFCC, and they were like, "Oh, this is like in regards to," and plus they'd seen what the Rotten Tomatoes numbers and stuff were.
It was like 15%.
Yeah, it was really, really, really low. And then we'd watched it, and as soon as the film finished, they were just like, "That film I don't think deserves that low number." It wasn't a terrible movie. Like, there are way terrible movies out there. It wasn't a fantastic movie, but it wasn't god awful.
Right, but that's not what a 15% means.
Right.
It just means that only 15% of people thought it was above average.
Sure. Which is, it's, to me, I don't know. They obviously, they felt that, I remember speaking to them and they were like, if they hadn't seen any of the previous ones, this film would feel a little more disjointed. Like, it's almost like having seen the previous films, even though it's not linked to them.
It kind of was, though.
That's the thing.
Parts that felt like it was referencing the first.
It referenced, but also referenced the source material. That's why it was slightly bizarre. I'm like, oh, it was slightly a different take on it, but not. I like they had fun with aspects of it. They thought he was great. I thought he was great. It wasn't terrible.
So you liked it?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't terrible. Like this, I had fun. To me, I thought it was fun. Some of the CG was like, we're getting to spoilers. This is a spoiler discussion, anyways.
Yeah.
The CG on the were leopard was not good.
Yeah, there was lots of not good CG in that movie.
I liked most of the CG. I thought the warthog guy looked great.
Did you see it in 3D or no?
No, just regular.
Yeah, we saw it in regular. I feel like it would have benefit from seeing it in 3D, some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they have a whole sequence that ends up sort of being pointless, really. But they have a sequence where he goes to another country to help hunt some giants.
Oh, yeah, that scene would have been great in 3D.
He gets ambushed.
Dude.
Gets stabbed a bunch of times. And then as they're about to kill him, a giant comes up and eats them.
Long brought up.
Then he has to fight the giants.
Yeah. That scene came out of nowhere, man. I was digging that scene.
I thought that shit looked so fucking corn, dude.
I dig it though, man.
It looked like plates, like 2D plates of a giant running with a 2D plate of trees in front of it, and then Hellboy somewhere on the other frame. It looked like, I was telling my roommates that went with, that it looked like to me like Hellboy, if Hellboy was done as a Netflix series. Like, this was the pilot for Hellboy Netflix. Because they were like, look, we're on Netflix, so we can say the F word. But it's all gonna happen from CG characters or something like that, where like it was obviously a choice made in post. Like,
right.
We could have done PG-13 if people weren't into the R.
Right.
And then like they made such a big deal about how this movie was rated R or whatever. All the gore pretty much happens in the like last 15 minutes, and it happens like to do with nothing else.
Yeah.
They're just like, here's a bunch of designs left over from Guillermo's movies that we didn't use.
I gotta say though, I bloody loved all those designs.
I thought some of the designs were cool.
I loved
I just
all
thought that
those
whole
designs.
scene was
it kind of just
pointless.
Some of the CG was just not good. I dug that wrestling match. I thought the wrestling match was sick.
Oh man, when that shit came up, I was like, "What the hell are we watching?"
I dug it, dude. I thought it was fun.
Why did the character even stay as a wrestler if he has a bat form where he is going to be way more on par with the Hellboy? He's like, no, let's have a whole wrestling match first before I tell you I want to kill you.
Because it was
so weird, dude. It was weird.
This movie was weird, but that wasn't a negative to me at all.
Well, it was to me. Lobster Johnson was a fucking
He's
weird
fucking
shit.
Awesome, dude. That was straight up from the comic. His claw is just a light. That's the best.
I liked the claw part of it. It just didn't feel like Hellboy to me.
He was so pulp. I love it.
And that's great. But like, it was weird to get like fucking 78-year-old Sandman to play this character.
I dug it. I thought it was
I don't know, man.
I dug it. I was like,
it didn't work for me at all.
That worked for me.
the baby hand thing was not as distracting in the movie.
It really wasn't.
And because also like I feel like the scenes with him in the jacket like barely happen.
Yeah.
Like he's mostly wearing other shit through the movie, or not wearing a shirt.
I think he looked cool though, man.
Say what?
He looked cool.
I couldn't dig his head. I thought his head just looked huge to me the whole time.
I was gonna say if they shrunk the head a little bit, it would have worked better with the body because his head. If you look at his head to shoulder ratio,
right,
it's almost too close to how wide his shoulders are.
Right,
and that was the primary issue. I remember like looking at actual images of Hellboy. His scale, it's that way, where it's
He's got a skinny head.
Yeah, he's got a skinny head. Here, his head is wide because obviously it's the prosthetics over the face. But even then, I was like, you could easily just cover that up.
In Hellboy's design, he's got like a barrel chest, but he's got narrow shoulders.
Right, that was the problem. Yeah, they should have given him big shoulders, dude.
With Harbor, it seemed like with his face design that they were trying to go almost more for the Tim Curry legend,
the legend one,
devil head, because like his head was bigger to accommodate for the bigger horn size.
Yep.
And like he had the super wide, almost cat-like fucking cheekbones.
I dug the cheekbones, man. I thought they were cool. I think the shape of his head was good. I think it was just too big. I think it just needed to be shrunk until at least
Harper's
like 90%.
Head is too big to begin with.
It's been like 90%, maybe 85% its size.
Right. Do you think that it would have been fine if they just saved some of their budget that they used on the vagina monster with two floating forearms that shoots lasers out of its chest? If they saved some of the budget on that shit and they just did Hellboy as like a mocap character instead,
dude. I think we might have said this previous episodes.
Then you can have his fucking hoof feet.
Yeah, he should just be mocapped.
Yeah, all that shit.
What's the problem with mocap in a lead character these days?
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
No, especially with give him more of the budget there. That's not a problem. Again, I thought the Warthog guy looked great.
Warthog guy was great. Warthog guy was probably one of the better things about the movie, even if his motivation to me was...
His motivation's weak, but because the character, he's supposed to be an idiot. That's why I was like, he's just an
I get
idiot.
it, but I feel like because of how his character was set up, he could have just pretended to be a different baby.
Yeah, of course.
But he was like, no, I'm going to be mad about this one specific
That's why it
baby.
was so silly.
It was real bizarre.
I
liked Baba Yaga and her fucking
Baba Yaga was
Voldo fight.
Yeah, dude. That was cool, man. He was like, they got a dancer for that for sure.
Yeah. I think it looked cool, but...
Disturbing, dude. That shit was disturbing.
There was just too much to me.
There was a lot. There was a lot that went on.
Like his psychic homie friend...
Yeah.
Who, she knows him because...
She's the one that got saved.
Right, but they remembered that they know each other because of a poem that they never reference again why she even knows that poem. He's just like, well, I was an infant child and you stopped a warthog from being me.
Yep.
So now I remember that poem? Mm-hmm. What?
No idea.
What? How did that connection happen? It didn't make any sense.
Nah.
And I thought the daimyo, the leopard cat man, his character was just that he's a jerk or whatever.
Yeah, he's kind of an asshole.
Right, and then at the end he's like, "Yeah, I'm a jerk, but let's be on teamsies."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm okay with you now. So no, it's me being a jerk is just me being, you know me. I'm good.
If they had more fights throughout that whole thing that were like that final scene where they're cutting cameras through the hallway and spinning around them and stuff. If the action was filmed and directed that way throughout, I might have been a bit more fond of it.
It would have been much better.
But I just felt like the movie was confused about the personality it wanted to have.
It didn't have...
Ian McShane was a terrible choice for Daddy Hellboy.
He's too rough.
I like Ian McShane.
Oh, Ian McShane is one of Ian McShane's a great actor. He's great in most of his roles.
He's one of the best parts of what's the Andy Samberg one?
Oh, Hot Rod.
A Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Yes, he's one of the best.
He's
parts of
great
that movie.
in the John Wick series.
Yeah, he's great in John Wick as well.
He's great. He wasn't great for this role because I never imagined him as this kind of character. This version of him felt so, I guess, not fatherly to him.
Yeah, this was like there needed to be some sort of stakes in like that they liked each other.
It didn't
at
feel
some
like
point.
it felt like they were too conflicting too much.
Yeah, it seemed like they were only ever conflicting.
Like it's what I was like.
Didn't have like
Because
they
even
were
when he was a
estranged.
kid, like when he was a kid,
Yeah.
show how, you know, as he grew up, they started distancing or they started being more rough around the edges. But at the start, they were like really like a loving father type deal. It was never really that.
No.
But yeah, I think
The Abe Sapien reveal was dookie, but
yeah, it's fine.
I can't like if they made a sequel, which I pray to Jehoshaphat it doesn't happen.
They're not.
But if they make a sequel,
it's definitely not going to
and
happen.
Abe Sapien happens, I'm so terrified to see what they do to that design. I just don't want it at all. Like I'm curious,
Yeah.
but I know it's gonna be butt.
Oh, because it's not going to
Based on what the hand looked like, I'm like, oh, he's gonna have like a frog face.
You're not going to be. It's not going to be as nowhere near as good as the original one.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. The film wasn't a negative I
to
went
me.
in
Though.
expecting the movie to be great. I expected it to maybe be cheesy good, like Army of Darkness or something like that.
Oh, dude, if they just went that way, it would be so much better. That's
if
the thing.
They just made Army of Darkness, but
Hellboy.
Because
the thing is, humor-wise, that's what Hellboy would work best with.
Right.
I'm actually a little annoyed now that it wasn't that
Hellboy
way.
Was a fucking punk the whole movie, dude. He was a punk. He was just whining.
Yeah, he complained a lot. If Sam Raimi did a Hellboy movie.
Oh, dude, I want it. He's the guy they should have got.
I'm a little sad. Yeah, I mean, the guy that they got was not really suited for this.
Just get Bruce Campbell to be Hellboy.
Just mocap him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Bruce Campbell Hellboy.
All right, that was our Hellboy discussion, but
yeah, that's it.
That's it. In the end, I didn't hate the film. I thought the film was fine. If it's on Netflix, I'm gonna watch it.
Out of 10 chipper chaps, what are you giving it?
It's like 6, 7. It's not amazing.
Right, I give it
kind of midway.
Maybe 3 chipper chaps, maybe 2.5.
Out of 10?
It is not a movie that Netflix or not, I don't think I'm gonna ever watch.
I'll probably on Netflix. I will definitely fast forward
out
shit.
on Blu-ray, and they're like, we got all this footage where this is the rest of the movie that's good. Then maybe I'll watch it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Like the music. If they just had like a metal soundtrack, just like play Slayer and Metallica and
Would've
stuff,
worked way better.
I've been into it.
Yeah.
But some of the music choices were
weird.
awful.
It was weird.
They were awful.
It was weird.
It was such a.
But no, I didn't hate the film. But yeah, Sam Raimi Hellboy movie with Bruce Campbell as the voice, and do that.
Yeah, I want that somehow, somewhere.
Mocap a stunt dude, to play the body version. Get Bruce Campbell to voice it.
What if they just got like Braun Strowman or somebody to be Hellboy? They're like, just pick the biggest dude. It's not even accurate. It's just like
who cares? Do it.
Big motherfucker.
Do it.
If you were gonna cast a WWE guy as Hellboy, who would you pick?
Braun might be too big.
Braun is too big, but that's
like I could see him playing Roger.
Yeah, that'd be good. He should play Abe. They should do like a weird like switch up where Abe is like huge.
Like more like because he's fish, right? He could be a shark based.
Yeah, he's like a shark man.
Why couldn't he be a shark based?
Why not?
I don't know. Braun is fucking A would be hilarious.
Yeah, it would. He'd be like Beast.
I can't imagine. Like I don't know who could be a good Hellboy.
It's tough because you got to find somebody who's like can personality wise handle it as well. You know, even if you're just going off of visuals.
Drew McIntyre.
I was thinking Drew. I really want him to play like Sabretooth or something.
He's got the.
And just
he looks.
Just have him still be Scottish.
Sure, dude. A Scottish Sabretooth. Why not?
Yeah. I think
not?
he'd be a good one.
Yeah, I think he could play Hellboy.
He's like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a very tall fella, though. That's the problem.
He's a huge dude.
I don't know how tall Hellboy's supposed to be.
I mean, it doesn't seem like super huge.
No. Yeah,
In
Bruce
the-
Campbell, though. Have a cartoon or just a CG Hellboy. Mocap fella.
Did Perlman do the voice of Hellboy when they did the Hellboy animated movies?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because I know they did a couple of them.
That's the one that Cheeks helped design, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
That
did
that sounds right. But that was so long ago.
I know. Hellboy cartoon.
Kuro is laying on my chest, and it's just
Yeah,
so
it was.
hot.
It was. The Hellboy cartoon had the movie actors playing the voices.
That's what I thought, because it was like around. It was coming out at the same time.
That's so bizarre, dude. It had all of them. Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, Doug Jones was the voice.
Yeah.
John Hurt was there too. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. Could be good. Could be good. But
What
no,
if they just did like a CGI, like Pixar looking
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
You've
Like,
seen that?
they
Oh wait,
try
you're
to
not on
make it
Twitter.
look like Magnola's
Yeah, see,
artwork.
I was gonna say you're not. Yeah, because it was a Japanese animator who actually rigged a 3D model to capture the
I think I saw that. It looks sick.
the actual shading and everything. Where it looked like a Mignola drawing just moving, and you're like, that's amazing.
All right.
Because
Why
you
don't we
could,
do that?
yeah, they could. I mean,
Remember when they were gonna do a Goon movie?
right, and that never happened.
Yeah.
Shit's falling through all the time, man. Is this Invincible show still gonna happen or what? I think it is.
Invincible show and Invincible movie are supposedly
See
still
the movie,
both on the way.
whatever. If that happens, cool. If it doesn't, all right.
I want it so bad.
I want it to be good though. That's the thing. I just don't want it to come out. I want it to be good.
Did you see there was a Swamp Thing teaser?
Yes.
What'd
Where
you
it just
think of
shows his face. I mean, it looked like Swamp Thing.
I thought the face looked cool.
Yeah, it looked great.
I heard that there's like behind the scenes like really poo-poo stuff going on with that show.
Oh, okay,
But
well.
visually, I thought he looked
Yeah.
cool.
Honestly, I don't know enough about Swamp Thing to actually care.
Did you watch the old movies or anything?
The old? No.
I remember having Swamp Thing action figures, but I
He
don't
looked cool.
know
Again, he looked cool.
what they came from. Like if it was from the movie or just from the show or cartoon or whatever.
Were they cool figures?
I thought they were cool. One of them like glowed in the dark and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Can you see my fucking cat right now?
Yeah, he's being stupid. Like you are his bed.
Yeah.
And he's just big.
Yeah, dude, he's a big fucker.
This guy doesn't understand that he's massive, right?
And
doesn't
he doesn't
care.
understand how much heat he puts on.
Nope, he doesn't.
It feels like I have a heating blanket on my
Yeah,
chest.
I mean, for the winter, he's like, the hot water bottle.
Oh yeah, but it's not that cold
Nope,
today.
nope,
Not that cold today.
nope. But
Any
he's like,
was that all the news?
Yeah, that was it.
we
That was
had, Methuselah?
that was it.
Oh man,
So thanks for joining us, guys.
what an episode we just did.
Yep, 146.
Stay chipper, chaps.
Stay chipper.